and go up. And we produce, we get everything for Nigeria. But they're not worried. This country, the day where they go push us rich, oh, they're not going to believe. They will go shock. How many people they will shock? Abba. My brother, I take a look at it. Look at now. Go Niger Delta. For backyard like this, you dig ground, you go see, oh yeah, they come out. Now they go say, we not get crude oil to supply for refinery. But they promise us December, the refinery go start working. At least little. Then go on the day that they play politics on it. But they're not worried. This Nigeria, one day, they go to say that they get everything. Then they will shock. One day, in a very good day like this, they will shock.
Thank you very much, EGU, for your contribution. Now, let's look at this. So, when we talk about oil shortage or production shortage and all of that, and why we can't even feedstock the refineries in this country, just when Nigerians had thought, oh, we're going to get it better, the Dangote refinery is going to come on stream, all the refineries are coming on shortly, and then we're saying we can't supply them. But Nigerians are wondering, some people like me are wondering, what's happening? Just before the President Buhari administration signed off, there was a commissioning inauguration of the Kolmani River Oil and Gas Field that was they said it had over 1 billion barrels of crude oil and 500 million cubic standard feet of gas. But then, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that. It's quite surprising that also crude oil was said to have been found in Nasarawa State. When would we start exploration of that one? If we're saying that they're stealing the crude in the Niger Delta, then maybe let's move on somewhere else to be able to feed our refineries. I'm just saying that's a layman's thinking, right? That's an ordinary man's thinking. Because if I cannot have a product in my house, in a certain room in my house, and then I say, oh, I can't feed my children. I can't feed my children because the room where I had stored what I used to feed them from has been vandalized and someone has been stealing from what I stored up to feed my kids. While in another room, there is food. It doesn't really make sense, does it? It doesn't add up. Joining more callers 09073530044 and 09087668888. So why do we even fight off and what of the thieves, those who are stealing crude oil in the country? Is it impossible to fight off crude oil thieves? If not that, somehow maybe we're in cahoots with them. Anyway, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ihana.
Good morning, Chidin VC. Good to have you join us.
How was your night?
Very well. Good that you're here.
Thank God. Ihana, you see this NMC. Something there inside that place where Nigerians never know. The only source of our foreign exchange, only source of a whole country called Nigeria, where God bless so much, has only one source of foreign exchange. And in that NMTC, only God knows what they are doing there, that they will tell us that we don't have production, crude, in a high sea. Wonderful. That aside, you see this election, state election. I asked, has INEC changed what they have done at the last general election that will warrant a loser to ask a winner to go to court? That's another. In our economy today, oh God, if these refineries are not functioning, there is no plan. As me in particular as a layman, there is no plan. An economist, no matter being a professor, anything in economics, that can give to this country that will solve our problem. Because there are so many things in that very crude oil that will help this country, and they refuse to do it. Every day they deceive us, they tell us lies.
Okay, Chidi.
Formulate any kind of thing.
We get you. Thank you very much,
I'm
Chidi.
sorry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's get more. Let's get to your messages now. Those of you who sent in voice notes, I'll be taking your voice notes in a bit. I get to this call now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clement. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Joe, if you remember, the time Nigeria had no crude oil, how do we run our economy then that time? You see, if you ask me, it is because we even maybe tend to sway away from our major resources. Then we now just bent on crude oil alone. That is where our problem started from. You get my point? So that is not even my base of this morning. Talking about the state of the nation, insecurity and whatever. See, in as much as I'm not happy with the level of insecurity we are experiencing in Nigeria, but for people to say that we are recruiting army and police to go up for election, but let me ask, the people that are doing that election, are they not human beings? Don't they deserve protection? Okay, let's withdraw all our security agencies. Then let all the politicians go ahead and do election and see what is going to happen. Why? See, if we are to contribute on issues sometimes, please, the effort the government is making, let us appreciate it. And then wherever they maybe they default, then we're able to correct them. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Clement. Let's get to the voice notes now. Don is here. Good morning, Don. Let's hear you.
Good morning, my prince. How was the night? I hope you had a good one. My name is Don.
Thank you.
The police, military, and other agencies say they are going to deal with ballot box snatchers. Yeah, in as much as it's good to deal with them, because it's the mandate of the people they are trying to steal. What about the people that actually steals them? I mean, the politicians now that changed the figure. What plans do they have for such people? That's my question to them. Then the rule of law being disregarded. I mean, court orders being disregarded. You can imagine, court has issued order for his release, and they have refused to release him. And the same court is still hearing the case. What is the court doing to make sure that their laws, their orders are being obeyed by the government? That is the question for them. And then, the government of this country should know that people are really suffering. Price of goods are going up every day. What are they doing? Because I want to tell you that insecurity is one of the things that is causing this thing. People no longer go to farm, and because things are not being brought to the market. The small ones in the market, everybody, the prices are being increased arbitrarily. What are they doing to stop insecurity? You are attacking the government, U.S. government for issuing travel advice to their citizens. What are you doing to secure your country so that they can see that it's safe? Because these things is affecting every facet of this country. These goods, especially foodstuffs, they are going up. Something that we used to buy 2,000 naira. I went to market yesterday. I couldn't believe it. It's 5,000 from 2,000 plus. Oh my God, this country, man. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Thank you again, Don. Moving on, Salasi is here. Good morning, Salasi. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Prince Henacho, and good morning to the listeners and callers of this great radio station. My name is Salasi. I want to talk about demobilizing, most especially the security. They are there to deploy from Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa. I think, look at the... good morning, Prince.
Salasi, I don't know what happened, but it seems like I can hardly hear you. Okay. Go ahead. Let's hear you now.
Good morning, Prince Henacho, and good morning to the listeners and callers of this great radio station. My name is Salasi. I want to talk about demobilizing, most especially the security. They are there to deploy from Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa. I think, look at the insecurity that has been falling this country. As I'm speaking to you yesterday, 13 farmers were beheaded in Maiduguri. As I'm speaking to you, in Katsina, they killed almost 10 people in Katsina. That yesterday by these criminals. And I don't really know. Does it mean government have power, most especially in the aspect of providing security during election, and they will leave ordinary Nigeria vulnerable to insecurity? So something needs to be done about this insecurity. As I always say, insecurity is like throwing stone in the market. You never know who it may hit. It may be me. It may be anybody listening to me. Government must do the needful in the aspect of insecurity. It's so alarming. We are in the harvest time. People can't go to their farm to harvest their crops. In some places, you have to pay bandits. You have to pay criminals drills in order to harvest your crops, and most especially the food we consume in the farmers. We don't have mechanized farming in this country. Something needs to be done about the insecurity. Go to the market and hear how the food prices are soaring higher. Something needs to be done. I agree fairly from Lambata. Thank you and God bless Eagle FM. I appreciate you. My name is Salasi.
Thank you, Salasi. Udokama, good morning.
Ifanacho, good morning. How was your night?
Good.
I trust you are good. Ifanacho, talking about killing in Gaza, about 8,000 souls that have been killed in Gaza, and we are calling for the whole world to shift their attention towards that side because of the violation of human rights. I feel for them as well. It pains me too that such a thing is taking place. But I want to ask, the life that are being lost in Nigeria, people that are being killed in Nigeria on a daily basis, if we were to count, to be actually count with all sincerity, how many souls that are being lost in Nigeria, are there no more than that of Gaza? That we know even what the cause of their death. But in Nigeria, do we know the cause of the death of our people? Why are we keeping silent? Why is it that we are not calling the attention of the world towards this part of country where people are being killed, where people are being slaughtered like goats and nothing is happening? Please, we should cry for our country, Nigeria. We should cry for our people because we are losing it on a daily basis. Look at it. We will no longer feel remorse. We will no longer feel pain when we had on radio that people are being slaughtered, that people are being killed for doing nothing. God help us. So thank you.
Thank you, Dokama. Moving on to the next one, and it is who now? Henry Ogar from Suleja. You say, good morning, Prince. Is oil the only resource or source? Is oil the only source of revenue? Where is gold revenue money going to? You also say, please, Atiku should accept Supreme Court's judgment. Why did he not follow up his case in 2019 when he came second position? Is it because former President Buhari is from the north? I rest my case. Olga, Henry, thank you very much. Moving on to the next one. This is Alamin. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning, my dear brother Ihanajo. This is Alamin from Guaraba. On the scarcity of gas. I think people, like I always say, it's one thing to understand the basic economic chain of economic, and then it's another thing to be emotional every time. Emotions doesn't solve anything. Ignorance does not help either, and then both of them can be very catastrophic. When it is combined together. The government is doing everything it could, and I think it is only logical that when we want to criticize, we understand what we are talking about, and then the variables and events and issues around it. I want to commend the government for all of the effort it has been taking thus far, and then also to remind those who are trying to sabotage, the people and the country, because a certain president is at the ends of affair. Like I've always maintained, if the president fails, he is not the one that fails. It is Nigerians and Nigeria that will fail. Every action of the president and also the saboteurs is directly impacting in the lives of every Nigerian in one way or another. And then it's a good thing that the federal government has started the introduction of the CNG buses. I mean, it has been introduced in Kaduna, Abuja, and then Lagos so far. And then it is projected that 11,000 would be introduced. And then at the end of the day, the price of gas will be reduced down to 230 naira. And then this will be achieved in the coming weeks and months. I commend the federal government, and then I urge them to keep on the resilient, the economic path they are towing. On the long term, Nigeria will be better for it. Thank you so much.
All right, Alamin, thank you very much. But I would hope that next time when you say people don't know what they're saying, that you also help them understand. Maybe provide better explanation as to what it is that's going on, as against just saying government is doing their best or doing all that they could. That would, I don't know. That also sounds like I don't know what I'm saying as well. Usman Dora, good morning. Let's hear you.
Usman Dora is my name.
Welcome.
On the killings in Katsina State, Stephen, it's unfortunate, Mr. Henacho. What is happening in this country, Mr. Henacho? Our life has no value again. The government can mobilize troops to go to Kogi, Bayelsa, Imo because of elections. Hundreds of them. But you can mobilize troops to go and defend people, Mr. Henacho. To go and defend citizens. We are being killed on a daily basis. Imagine. Hundreds were killed. Everyday killings. You will never see the president to empathize with people, to show sympathy, to show empathy, Mr. Henacho. We are used to it. Nothing will happen. Things will continue, Mr. Henacho. What a country. Don't you hear what Mr. saying we have deployed more troops? Why didn't you deploy them before the killings, Mr. Henacho? Is that how we continue this country? Every day killing, then condemnation from government, no action, they can't proactive. Mr. Henacho, what kind of country is this? Our life has no value again. Any government that cannot protect its own lives, it's the lives of citizens and their property, that government has failed, Mr. Henacho. Our life has no value. What have we done wrong to develop this in this country? Government cannot protect us. We are being killed on a daily basis. What is happening? And it is normal. Things will continue. The governors are working, ministers are working, presidents working, vice president, House of Reps, the senators, everybody. It's normal, Mr. Henacho, because our life has no value. What a country. Ya Allah, come to our aid. Ya Allah, come to the aid of Nigeria. Ya Allah, come to the aid of citizens of Nigeria, Mr. Henacho. I don't know what to say again, Mr. Henacho. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Usman Dora. Moving on.
Good morning, Prince Henacho.
Good morning.
All our callers and listeners this morning. My name is Eric Amoshilajan.
Eric,
over 30 also killed at Maulud procession in Katsina State. This is sad and terrible, which must be condemned. It's unfortunate. Let me say, if you are a poultry farmer or you rear livestock and you get to your farm or poultry house in the morning and you see 30 birds or livestock dead, I'm telling you, apart from the economic loss, you feel the pain. You feel bad and you feel sad. That's animals. You understand what I'm saying? It will be more painful if the death of those birds or livestock is avoidable. How much more human lives? And yet, there is no national emergency. The states will move on like nothing has happened. And the international community is seeing this. Yes, we are not saying crimes are not taking place in other crimes. But look at the kind of local crimes we have here. Bandits killing people unjustly, defenselessly. For how long are we going to continue like this? Human life has been so relegated to like no value attached to human life. It's unfortunate. Then crude oil shortage affects the takeoff of Dangote refinery and others that are coming on stream. And you begin to ask yourself, for how long are we going to continue in this quagmire? Being in the quagmire is not even the issue now. But what are we doing as a country to get out of this shit we have found ourselves? PMS, we can't refine. Please. Crude oil, we don't have sufficient quantity to even feed our own local refineries. It is well with this country. And also don't forget that supposedly it's alleged that even the crude oil is tied to some of this loan the government keep borrowing here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please watch your language when you're speaking. This is radio. Watch what you say. Language must be appropriate.
Triple D.
Triple D,
and I'm
good morning.
Talking from Waru. You see, dealing with a ballot box snatcher during election, nobody that doesn't have connection, nobody that doesn't have power within the power that control the power can snatch that box. So a lot of things they are telling us is just for formality. This is not the first time they have been snatching ballot box during election. Is there any result that can show that yes, what they are telling Nigerians and electorate is true? Henacho, God is watching us. Sometimes, okay, let's keep on pushing. We'll get it right one day. God is watching our leader, and God bless Nigeria. Thank you also for always being there for us. Good morning.
Thank you, Triple D. Who's here now? Honorable Edward, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Prince Henacho.
Good morning.
Thank you for the good work you have been doing. God bless you. My name is Honorable Edward from Apo. Prince Henacho, we're here. Believe God will take us to where we're heading to. You see, I just discovered something. A police deploy, this army deploy, this election that's going to be conducted in few steps. It's a welcome development. My suggestion is that can we do it this way now in Nigeria? The way I look at this election, that they will be conducted alone in a state, in one state or another. They were perfectly conducted, and the general election where there will be a fixed day for everybody to come out and vote. I think the best option is let us conduct election. Our next election, our National Assembly should begin the process of amending the law in such a way that we will conduct election. Every state will conduct in a day. You conduct presidents, National Assembly, governor, state assembly in a day. The next day or after 2 days, we'll move to another state and conduct the same. I think that will now give us a room to vote and give account of what we have voted and select the best leaders. Because it will be difficult to manipulate. Or else we keep on hearing about manipulation every day, and it will not stop. That is my suggestion this morning. Any other thing, please, we have been hearing it and we'll continue hearing it. We will pray that God should stop it. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Edward. Fine suggestion there, but that would take us over a month to conduct elections. Well, if it takes us time to conduct a relatively fair, credible, and transparent election, who says no? Who would say no to that? Good morning, Prince. How are you doing this morning? Them say no oil in Nigeria to refine. Prince, let me tell who cares to listen. Our government won't build refineries. They won't repair the spoiled ones. Prince, during American election, I actually went out that day to get foods from grocery shop, and other businesses worked that day. So why is election in Nigeria a thug of war? This military is showing force. Can't they go to the bushes and show force there and chase terrorists away? I'm so ashamed of this country, wallahi. I'm thinking of relocating. Joseph Jojo, thank you very much for your contribution. Moving on to the next one. Who's here? Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, my prince. I remain Joseph from Apollo Resettlement. Once again, I greet you.
Welcome.
Please, I want to comment on government deploying security for election. Doesn't mean that the election is more valuable than the life that we have been losing every day second. Doesn't mean that the life of our brothers in different states that have been killed, kidnapping, they're not saying anything. They hardly deploy security there, but when it comes to election, they deploy more than what we expect. Have we done wrong for being Nigerians? What have we done to them? What have we really done to them? One day we will get it right. They have been pushing us, but I believe one day we will get it right. Yes. We have been shouting all this crude oil, this and that. My prince, I will forever celebrate Omar Yaradua. I will forever celebrate him. This is my best president so far. I will forever celebrate him. The only man that, when he came to power, he said he knew that the election was not free and fair, but he would do anything possible for the coming election to be free and fair. And that is what happened. Yes, we believe that we will forever celebrate him wherever he is. God will protect him.
Okay. Thank you very much. And Okechukwu is here. Good morning, Okechukwu. Let's hear you.
Hello. Yeah, Nacho, good morning.
Welcome.
My name is Okechukwu. I want to react on the headline that says, how many killed in Medugri? Farmers have been beheaded in Medugri. These Boko Haram and S-men and bandits are killing Nigerians all over since over 12 years ago now. You have never seen anybody in court, but Emefiele is in the court. Court will give order to release Emefiele, the DSS will refuse. Court will give order for you to release Nnamdi Kanu, the DSS will refuse. You see, I don't think we have court again, no, because if court can give order and this DSS is refusing, so what is the need of we going to court? Away from that, Obi say he will contest 2027. Please, Obi should go and sit down. Please, please, he should go and rest. This one that happened 2023, what happened? He went to court and up till now he did not get result. It doesn't mean that if he contest 2027 he will win. Obi should not forget about anything in the election so that he will not rubbish his career. I'm telling you the truth. Away from that, they are sending troops to Bayelsa, to Imo State, to Kogi State, and Nigerians are dying every day. Nigerians are dying every single day. Millions of people are dying and nobody is speaking for them. You see the way the country is going. Insecurity everywhere. You cannot eat very well again. Everything in the country is high. Nigeria, please, I'm begging them. They should not allow Nigeria become Somalia to become better than Nigeria, because the way things are going now. Please, we are begging them. They should now start fighting all these things, because time shall come. Everybody will be tired.
All right.
That's what I just want to say. Please, let's not be like Somalia. I beg you. Oh yeah, now. Bye bye.
So let's speak to this. The elections are quite as important. Security is everyone's business, like they say. But again, until Nigerians begin to conduct themselves well around elections, and until even the politicians begin to act right during elections, then this would continue. Because if we see election as a do or die affair, it would continue. A situation where people would rather maim and kill their fellow Nigerians because of one politician who wants to win an election at all cost. If we do not fix ourselves like that, we will continue to deploy security and even the armed forces to areas where elections are holding, leaving other Nigerians to themselves or to their fate, whatever it is. Anyway, moving on from that one. I don't like good morning, Prince. I don't like listening to Alamin's speech. Likewise, many listeners. You can imagine his contribution in a sensitive issue that concerns the citizens of this country. Instead, he chose to politicize and tribalize it. I don't know. What's your name? Okay, Cam. Thank you very much. Well, everyone has what's important to them. And Anthony Witness is here. Good morning. I don't know that we can take over.
Good morning. This is Anthony Witness. Growing up, I used to hear that it is important to remove the hand of monkey from soup before it turns out to be hand of human being. And the bottom line is pointing towards us being proactive to prevent a monster that will rise tomorrow from rising. I remember the atrocity of wickedness of bandit and slaughter of human being when they started in the north here. When government rise up against them, some prominent people in the north will say, don't touch them. It is a war against the north, the youths of the north. Please don't touch them. The same people, when they commit atrocity at another time, the same people will rise up and say, it is not the northerners, so it is those who are coming from outside the country. And when government rise up against those people, the same people go and say, don't touch them. It is war against us. Playing internet and back and forth. And this was growing. And even when they are caught, the same people will come, preside over them being released as repentant. They will play people will rise and they settle them. I remember a governor in the north who bought 2 hillocks, bought motorcycles, and he went and held a meeting with them in the bush. I remember a governor in the north, Kaduna, who gave them huge amount of money in a way of telling them, please don't kill people in the Kaduna. And so on and so forth. Tell me how these people will stop. And you can imagine slaughtering of 30 people. And that is just one out of many. It's unfortunate until the prominent people, especially in the north, will support the government and begin to handle these people as supposed. And then they will begin to get the message clear. Thank you.
Good morning, Anna Shaw. My name is GB.
Welcome.
I want to comment on the Obi. APC that should stop criticizing. And when he gave his press conference yesterday, Obi Shimon made himself a bad loser. People see him as a gentleman, and he should portray himself like that. You want to lead the country, a national leader. That's the way you talk about national issue. You don't cast aspersion on the judiciary. You want to criticize, you criticize based on law. You bring out the law and say this law was not applied like this. No criticize judiciary based because they not give judgment according to public opinion. Who does that? No, there's no court that will give judgment according to public opinion. There's no sentiment, emotion in court. You go to court with your argument and evidences, iron cast evidences. I mean, evidences that cannot be opposed. That is viral evidences. You know, not the one public opinion on social media that the Obedient were doing there. Obedient believe they won the election on social media. But the ballot cast that they did not win election. And Peter Obi, the Gregory Peter Obi, did not go to court with evidence that he won election by votes. He did not even argue about that. I won 20 million votes, but I was denied of it. They took away from me. He did not argue that. All that he was saying was that I did not approve every time. How did that change your result? How many votes did he take from you? Obi could not prove that both in the appeal court and the Supreme Court. All he wanted was that Tinubu should be disqualified because he lost 45% in the FCT because he was the drug ban, this and that. Those ones, you could not provide enough evidences. All the witnesses they call, they were even supporting that they were free and fair election. They declared result, but only that we could not upload. How did that change the result given to you? Obi not come to court with any hard copy of the result given to him. He went to online and downloaded 18,000 results that were not even clear. What about the hard copy? Some of the followers will say, I did not give them. What about your agent? They collected result. Every agent was to be a polling unit. If you don't send a polling unit, you can't blame INEC for that. If an agent collected a polling unit, you bring them to this court to prove your point that you scored the highest vote. Or this lady did that in Kogi. He brought the original result and the calculator said, look, Natasha, you scored the higher. I was declared winner. So they said, even the governor said, I welcome accept the judgment because he was proving the only doubt that he scored the highest vote. Obi could not prove that. He said he was bringing 50 witnesses. He could only bring 13 witnesses who did not even say.
I'm really sorry. We can't take any more. Your voice note is quite long this morning. Please, as much as you can. Again, remember to keep them within 2 minutes, under 2 minutes, as much as you can, so that we can always take them in. We're doing 90 seconds now. If you can, keep your message.
Good morning, Hanacho. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Abuja people. My name is Ese Desmond, aka the Lotto Boy, and I am voicing from Kujera Council. I thank God that I'm in Nigeria. I have hope in my country, Nigeria, but I don't have hope in this government. May God help Nigeria. May God help Nigerians. If you go to the streets, you feel the pains of people. People try for miles before they go to where they're going to. They don't have hope of going home with something at hand. But some people that are comfortable spending Nigerian money, spending our collective wealth without conscience. The issue of election happening this Saturday with in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo states. I think the most volatile of all of them is Kogi State and Imo State, which is APC control states. We know them for what they are. We know them for who they are. And we appeal to the governments. We appeal to the IGP. We appeal to the army to deploy boys, to deploy men, and forestall everything that might look so uncomfortable to some people, to avoid chaos, because I know there will be issues in Kogi and there will be issues in Imo State. The governor will try to do otherwise. The people will resist in Kogi State and in Imo State. Please deploy your boys to avoid the loss of life. The life is very precious. Unfortunately, it's no longer precious in Nigeria. Thank you. I will have a nice day. Once again, it's a Desmond.
Thank you very much, Desmond. And this is where we'll leave the conversation for now. We'll pick up at 9 o'clock when we discuss Kogi State elections at that time. Vicky is taking over in Sports and Eagles Wings. A big shout out and thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation this morning. Abubakar, Bright, Abdullahi, Mekano, Felix, Moses, EGU, Chidin BC, Clement, Don, Salasi, Udoka Mark, Henry Olga, Alamin, Usman Dora, Eric, Triple D, Honorable Edward, Jojo, Joseph, from Apo, Okichuku, Nkem, Anthony Witness, GB, as a Desmond. Thank you all for being a part of it. My name is Ihiana Choprin. Stay here. Sports and Eagles Wings is up next.
Eagles 102.3, a boo. The vibe is